It's currently midnight and we are talking from the setup of DevHost 2025. And going forward to introducing the guest we have today, we have Deveesh, who is a software developer at Levels.fyi, and Mr. Darshan, working at Kyndryl, and Mr. Joywin, working at E02. So, going ahead with today's question to open the podcast session, my question is pretty simple. All three of you all have experience working as either leads of your own communities or being part of it in general. So now that all of you are working professionals, how do you think your experience in those communities have shaped to you being a developer right now? And in what way do you think, if you weren't a community lead, you wouldn't have achieved what you have?
Yeah, maybe I can take it up first and then pass it on. So, yes, thank you, Manshu, for the introduction. So, myself, Deveesh Shetty again, and I graduated this year from Sayadri, and I was leading Sayadri Open Source Community SOSC for 1.5 years before, like 2 batches before. And for this question, like how community has shaped my college journey and corporate journey, it has played like a very important role. So when I joined college, I didn't have much idea about any programming or anything as such. So I got introduced to communities like Sayadri Open Source Community, SOSC, in which there were people wearing cool t-shirts roaming around here and there. They were doing some actual good projects. Then I was pretty much interested, like, wow, what are they doing? Like, why are they doing it? So I basically went to talk to them, ask like what you are doing. They then introduced me to like programming. I found some good mentors around there who told me like what I can do, how I can do it. They made me understood like why are we like programming? We are programming for the people. We are like building softwares, and they were doing like pretty cool projects, which was very impressive. So that's what brought me into the programming world. And then like day by day, like I was involving a lot in the community. Then at one point, I got the opportunity to lead SOSC as well. So during the leadership, that was like a good phase. I like not only learned coding but also learned like how to lead a team, how to manage responsibilities, how to communicate with people. I had a reason to communicate with people. Then it made me learn all the things like for example finance, asking sponsorship, asking money, which is a difficult task. Then like each and everything, whatever you can think of when you think about like coding, like what you call president role, which I was. So this also helped me when I went to my interviews because I already had experience of talking to people. I had experience of actually working with people, which helped me a lot in my interviews because I had some community projects as well, which like actually boosted my resume as well. So whenever you are part of a community, you get that kind of advantage in the corporate world because there you will be interacting with more of the like-minded people who are there, and also you will have the skills to be a part of the community, to lead team in future. That's what the companies look mainly. So that's like mainly how communities has impacted, and I will recommend everyone to be a part of community when they are in college, at least from first year, because that's very important. First of Darshan is from AJ. He can give his own insights on that.
So, I'm Darshan Bhandary and I graduated from AJ. So I did my BTech in computer science and I had led development for 2 years. So here in my community to speak, what actually helped me is one is the teamwork, the most important aspect of any community. How we handle a particular event or a workshop or a particular session through a teamwork. Next is how we engage people, how we share our knowledge with one another, how we try to gain knowledge, how we come up with creative ideas. So all these things shape up our career. Now, like if I speak about my community experience, so I was not only just part of AGI, I was part of different communities across the Mangalore, Bangor. So now what I understood was like I might be the king in the college, but when I see different people from different perspectives, from different environments, we'll get to know actually where we are in the market. So that's where we'll grow in life. When you meet different people, when you meet different perspectives, that's where you'll gain the actual knowledge. So that has helped me a lot. And coming to is the ideation. So in college, through communities, like we were able to discuss some common ideas. Common ideas in the sense where we can solve some problems, some innovative ideas. And discussing in communities, what we'll get an encouragement to come up with the solution for that idea. So as Mark Zuckerberg says, ideas is cheap. What matters is execution. So as a student in a college, execution is very difficult. But when we come up with communities, it will help a lot. And second thing is that the network. Now, I strongly believe that your net worth is your network. Through community events, through community projects, you will build a very strong network. That network can help you up in growing in your career, advancing in your technical fields, gaining knowledge, and many more. Like even I met Deveesh through community. Even I met a lot of friends from other colleges, and even I met a lot of industry leads, all because of the tech community. So it will help a lot for a student to grow in his career, build a strong network where we can exchange our ideas, meet like-minded people, and many more. So yeah, Joy.
Okay, maybe I can have a mic. Thank you, Darshan. So, hello guys, my name is Joywin. I work at EG and I graduated from Kyndryl Engineering College. And I was a lead for GDG for almost a year. And I also worked with the TEDx and TRR team. So, like, Chayad has Energia, SJC has something called TRR. So, these people have covered a lot of points. I'll take something other than that. How I started as a newbie or a beginner guy in college, and what happened, how I became a developer, and how I transitioned to corporate. So when I started engineering, right, so I started learning Python. So because everyone, if you Google, right, they said that Python is for data science, Python is can be used everywhere. So with that hype, I decided to go with Python. I was sitting alone and watching videos all day long. So that's something I never knew that this is basically I'm not learning anything. After a few months I just stop and then and I don't understand it. And what happened is that we went for an event, I remember, where it was a GDS event. Back then GDG was called GDS, and when we went there, my other two friends who are from my same college, we are basically like initial friends who we had. These two people, without any reference to your code, I mean Python syntax and everything, they were able to code it. And me, especially, I had some initial trouble that I could not input syntax and I could not clear the test at all. I got completely impressed the fact that these people did without seeing and I did with seeing. And then what happened is that my a very interesting, funny senior comes and like, yo, Joy, what's up? You're not active these days. What happened? And then like, I'm not good at coding and stuff. For me, uh, unlike my other friends, I can't code without seeing reference. So, like, who told you can't see reference? He gave me the confidence that he himself refers every time when he code, and it's not really necessary that you need to remember the whole syntax. And that's very that few words taught me. Gave me confidence that I'm not bad, and then gave improvement. And then he became after that another person came. I was so annoying person because it's not easy to work with me at that time. I was a bit. There was this senior who used to patiently sit and tell me, Joy not like this. I used to do merge conflicts and push it, and that they used to teach me. So what I'm trying to say is that the mentorship you get in my initial 2 years, when you join a community, you always get mentors. These mentors are the one. Your first mentor is the first initial mentors, and the mentors you'll always remember because they are the ones who taught you. They are the ones who guided you. So this thing you will not get alone if you just sit in some group and just do all day long. And you only get when you go to community. Once you at mentorship happen, you will reach a stage where now it's time for you to mentor your juniors. But that doesn't mean that a senior should mentor a junior. There is a case that a junior taught me something like GSAP that I didn't know anything about it. He mentored me. So it doesn't necessarily mean that senior has to mentor junior. But then I went to build the TEDx application. I was like that place where I am now the lead and I'm like fully responsible to handle it, and that was a challenge for me. But still, I had a community people. Now I know who the people are. I'm building a website. I should know who I'm like. Okay, these are my community people. I know these people are good. Let's bring them and build something together. And post that, I think these mentorship, right? I feel personally, in my point of view, the mentorship I got is the one that helped me the most in a community. Of course, the network part is also there, which Darshan covered, and how they led a team and everything. But for me, especially, I feel the mentorship is what here.
So all of you gave your own unique perspectives on your take regarding this. But I couldn't help but notice that all of these are very fragmented. Like all of your communities are just based on your college and stuff. So I think we started BK24 as a means to solve this issue. And for the people who don't know here, I guess we can speak about BK24 about how we started that to solve that problem.
Before we start, I remember once I came to Sayati, right? I met Deveesh and we went in a bus, and that's where he initially gave me the fixed idea. You know what? We were talking about a clubs, and that's why he told me that why can't our clubs can collaborate? No, we didn't know that we could exist. Right? I just had an idea. Deveesh was telling me that we have some good people, you have some good people. Why can't we collaborate and build some? Make a hackathon. He was giving some idea and he said he has some contacts and all. I think that's where it sparked initial inception of DK.
Yeah, touching on more on that. Yeah, that was an idea, but it got like actual like phase when we actually did a summit last year in Synergia itself, the first DK24 summit, where we had around 8 to 9 colleges who came to Sayadi College and we discussed about the things which we are doing in our community. It was mainly like icebreaker for all the communities. And to be really frank, we didn't even know some communities even existed. We got to know them because we kind of spread an awareness for DK24, and they were like happy enough for like to volunteer and help us out in that initiative. So we joined now. Like there are few like hurdles. Like there 2-3 companies were not that communities were not that responsive. But at the end, we were 6 communities. To naming them Sayadri, AJ, Joseph, which we are right here, the founding team. Then there is also 3 communities from Nite, Kendra, and Srinivas and VCET. Kendra joined recently actually, so they have shown the interest. So like even we are interested to be a part of it because we are learning a lot. So that was just a small idea. We kind of did give it a face in DK24 Summit. Then we started promoting it little by little, and we already like we have our own corporate jobs as well. This is something like a volunteer work which you are doing just for the ecosystem of the tech ecosystem mainly of this Mangalore students. For example, right now we all are working in silos in different colleges. So AJ is doing their own things, Joseph is doing their own things, we are doing our own things. Like there is a lot of things which we are repeating by ourselves as well. So when we collaborate together, there is a lot more opportunity to tap into. So for example, recently we had a session by a Nitya guy who built the website for Hackfest, which is their like flagship event, and they use 3JS, which is one of the web frameworks or JavaScript frameworks which does 3D rendering on web, which is such a neat concept. And he was very much good into it because he had built a website with it. So he spent one and a half hours of him, and he like taught us about the what you call basics of it, like how you can get into 3D rendering in web. So it was a session. We had around 40-50 people joining from all over all the colleges in Mangalore. So similarly, we had sessions on DevOps, we had sessions on Dev tools, we had sessions on AI MCPs, no code tools. So this is something like we want to give that intermediate level of content, which is kind of missing because there is not much technical event. There are technical events happening in Mangalore, but it's not like compared to Mangalore. We still want people to know about what actually exists in corporate world, what actually tools they are using. This is one of our way to get into that. There's still some future plans, but yeah, this is right now we are going like step by step, taking baby steps, and like that's our main goal. We want to everyone to collaborate under a similar umbrella, still having their own brands, but learning in public, sharing in public, building in public. That's the goal.
And also to add on, like most of us, we were moving to Bangalore to attend some events, but the reverse was very less. Like Bangalore people coming to Bangalore events was very less. That was one of the vision of DK. So like in Bangalore, like companies they used to come together, communities to come together, conduct some events. So there was like a bridge between the industry and the community. But in Mangalore, there was like instead of a group of community, there was like one single community connected to industry, and other communities coming and visiting, not as a part of a community, but as the individual student or participant. So what we thought, like why can't we come up with the ecosystem similar to Bangalore? Because now Bangalore is like booming with technology. We are cutting our own IT hubs. So we want to reverse engineer. We want to get the quality from the colleges. So that instead of us moving to other places, we are making companies come to us. So that was one of the idea. And now this has given us a snowball effect. Now companies that are coming like are asking us like, can we collaborate? So that was the one milestone which we met. And also we never expected that we will achieve this milestone at this time. Because the visitors or the participants for our sessions are way more unexpected ones joining the call rather than the coming from our expected community.
Just giving a fun fact, we had a session on in which we sent a Google Meet link and it got 100 people and people are not being able to join because Google Meet had 100 people capped. So we moved to Discord. That's how we found out Google Meet has 100 people capped.
And in the very first session, we were expecting only max to max. Our first session was on MCQ. Me and Joywin we took this session. Then like, okay, max to max we can expect only 50 to 60 who will come. But at that day, like when we the call was scheduled at 7:30, like we opened the call at 7:20.
Yeah, people like almost 60.
They were like, 60 is already waiting in the waiting list. When it was like 7:25, there is a 110.
This shows how much enthusiasm Mangalore students have.
Yeah.
They just they need an opportunity or a place where they can learn everywhere. For example, now all three of us are good friends now. The fact that we didn't know each other so closely. Now we know and we met so it's like indicative of a group. There's like to talk about any domain is someone out there who knows something very special. It's like could be like PJ or something like DevOps or any app development. Someone. So someone every opportunity that happens, let's say someone freelance interested, like Deveesh gets interested, freelance project, we just put in the group and people will get it. It's like now we're also making a pool and the companies will also leverage that. We have a pool of good talent and they can reach out to each other, collaborate and conduct events.
And also to add on, like usually what happens was like we only discuss with other college students, like students from other colleges only for our studies. For example, like do you have any notes for it? Like what do you have any question papers?
When is your exam?
When is your exam? Yeah. But after we got the idea of like BK24, people are sharing their knowledge. Okay, you want to work on web? I'm there to help you.
Yeah.
If you want to, okay, we are there. We'll take up a session. So now it's like converting like if there is any event in a particular college. So people are like coming up like, okay, we'll also share our ideas, we'll work together. So now the studies part is now migrated to your text part.
Yeah, I remember the other day, some guy had an, I don't know.
Yeah, the Stripe bug something.
Yeah, Stripe bug.
People, there were like 10 people messaging
Let's
in the
figure
group. What I want
out
about this.
And also it's like our group has converted into like a Stack Overflow. We have one issue, everyone is coming up, okay, this is how you can do it. This is the
right this is going forward.
And like there are few cases like even we didn't use.
Yeah.
Like we are like, okay, this is how we solve it. Okay. This might be useful for us in the future.
Correct.
That's how we were referring. And also like we were sharing our insights in the corporate part. Like, and also like when we had initial very first session, the introduction session. So at that time we gave a proper structure, like how we need to structure it. Like we had like alumni, co-members, and the clusters. So there our main idea, like vision was like the alumni are ones like who are graduated from the colleges and working in the industry. So they will guide the co-members about upcoming the current technologies, current best practices that are used in the industry. And that has helped a lot. Now here from my point of view, I have seen people who are just deploying on specific on their local host or like person map. But now that deployment part is broader. They are trying like, okay, why can't you deploy in Azure? Why can't you deploy in AWS? Because now getting the resources very easy. Getting the person with expertise on a particular domain is very easy. And if someone wants to speak about AI, instead of depending on a community, it's like anyone there who can help you on AI. Okay, tons of resources. And also like we have a very good code team. It's more of fun rather than like a discussion. Yeah. Whenever there is whenever we have for discussions, yes, they will. But more of it like what even though we are packed up with our office work, with our corporate jobs, but still we spare like 1 hour and 1.5 hours just to chat with the groups.
It's like something refreshing.
Yeah, actually.
Like you can get to like for example you can get to know about new things what people are using. Like for example, like the 3JS thing. Like I want to use 3JS, but the session actually give me some idea. But maybe I can use it in my next side project or anything as such. So like those are the things which we discuss in the group. So recently Darshan was telling about hosting things in Cloudflare, I believe. Or it was Joywin, I'm not remembering correctly. So like the thing is like we get to know the experience of how other people are facing. So he was like in Cloudflare I'm facing this problem. So we were like going into issues, we were saying like how can we solve it and all those things. So that's how we mentioned. Yeah.
And also like this DK Summit is like consortium of all the communities as help for marketing needs for the community. Now suppose like Sayed is having a flagship with Synergy or DevHost, and it is like hackers. Instead of going to college and college advertising or like give the brochure, just one message, one brochure.
Pretty much all colleges.
All colleges go.
It goes viral.
And no need of coming to college. The
Yeah.
students are coming. The turnout ratio is very good. And also we had an experiment on like why can't we have inter-community projects. So we started with the very first project that is on like official website for DPP. And the turnout ratio was very good.
Yeah.
At least people try to update the read.
Yeah, not even readme. We got like around 15 contributors. I believe.
Yeah.
We had a goal of we need 20 contributors, but we got like more than 20 actually. So people are actually like either raising an issue or fixing something which is broken in the site. Just to give you a context about it, so that was a site which I had just asked Cloud Code to build in 5 minutes. I just pushed it on GitHub, I hosted it. Like, let's fix it. So I just created a bunch of tickets. I told in the group, okay, folks, like it's open. Whatever you issues you see, whatever dummy data you see, just raise a pull request. We'll review it and we'll merge it. So that's how we got some people like actually contributing to a open source project where they also learned how the entire like flow for the GitHub works. That was one good thing, which in the hindsight, like it happened very well.
And also like we are growing up. Like if you see from the past month, like we are adding up with new people.
Yeah.
They experts from
Colleges.
different domains, experts from different industries, new communities from other colleges, and like we have seen traction from the communities that are outside from Mangalore.
We just started one team yesterday.
Yeah.
I think after someone found the Pulkar team and they added
Yeah.
team outside.
There was also someone in our website mentioning from, I guess, Harvard. He filled that form and he's like, I'm interested to be a part of this ecosystem. Not sure, we added him, let's see what it does.
Now, as you mentioned, Mangalore is shaping up to be maybe the next destination for IT and IT technology. But and again, IT Park also is got confirmed to be built in Mangalore. But going over all of this, we also have to position ourselves as something unique from Bangalore. We shouldn't just be like, oh, just another Bangalore here. Like we should also position ourselves so we also have something unique to offer. So in that regard, what do you think are the strengths that Bangalore could offer, and what are the weaknesses that we may have to tackle?
Like one strength in Mangalore is that people don't compromise with quality. Mangaloreans, like this is what I've seen in my workspace. We don't compromise with quality.
Yeah.
Like we try to produce our work with the best quality as possible. Like we don't like postpone our work. We tend to do work on time. And second thing is that the mentality what Mangaloreans have. You don't disturb me, I won't disturb you.
Yeah, he's
If
going.
you help me, I will help you. So that was the mentality. That is one of the mentality that I think that's the strength of Bangalore.
Yeah, like he's going more into philosophical part. But one thing I noticed in like the sessions which we conducted is like people are very curious because of like the students here, like they have been exposed to different topics in the college communities. They are doing very awesome work. But the thing is, they are not getting into the like intermediate concepts or advanced concepts because like college communities again they need people to like guide. Like they mainly get beginners, like who are actually like learning something. But and so they can't bridge the gap between like any like advanced tech or intermediate tech. So that's where we found like even when we did sessions on like MCP server, we got so many people who are actually curious, who are asking questions, who DM'd us like how do you do it, how can I do it. So that kind of curiosity is much more here because in Bangalore people have all those ecosystem set up. There are events happening like they take it for granted. Here like people are getting like excited for it because it's happening once at a time. For example, you can see GDG, it pulls in like 1,000 people every year. because people are curious. Then also you can see, for example, the Hackers Man, which is another community by Unicode, they also pull in a good number of crowd for like open source technologies which they like pitch about. Also in FOSS Mangalore, which also we are a part of, and we do have a conference coming up in January called Mangalore FOSS. So in where we are expecting 1,000 people, because last time for the same in the same college NITK, for API event we had around like 400 500 crowd who came because of the curiosity for the API, and they did the certification for that as well. That was the criteria. So you can see people are ready to do certification, which can take around like 1 2 hours or maybe more to just to get into the event. So you can see people are actually interested, people are curious. Just we need to like give them the content to be curious on.
So like one thing, and second thing I want to add on is the opportunity. Opportunity here in Mangalore to attend such events or community events and get those resources is very less. And like hardly like we have a few number of like organizations or communities that help us. But if it grows, then I think Mangalore will be the best.
Yeah.
It can be one of the like top IT hubs in India. Might be in the entire.
We have good talent. And first of all, when you stay in your home, right, consider you go to Bangalore, your mental health is much better. And so you trust me.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah. So see, we have so many engineers, so many good engineers, and good companies come. They will stay here and they save the family. I personally feel when I go home, I like to hear my mom screaming, scolding for nothing. It becomes normal for me to have my work stress gets relieved. Right? Instead of worrying about your work, you're like mom screaming and you do something. So it keeps your mental health good, and people also nowadays care about their work-life balance. And in Bangalore, just take one round in your traffic, pretty much half of the day is just spent on that. So I'm not talking about bad things with Bangalore, I'm just saying that some things in Bangalore, especially to get good work-life balance and a good environment, you have beaches, you want to get relaxed, you have good forests, and here you have anywhere you want to go, it's very near for us. So, and you get everything in Bangalore, what you not get in Bangalore. So,
Yeah, like another, like not exactly to this question, like we do all of our events mainly online, because and also we do it on weekends, because people can spare 1 1.5 hour to actually upskill themselves on the weekend. And since it is online, they can just sit at home at their own comfort and get accessible to the session. We're planning to do online, offline, maybe sometimes in future. But yeah, right now the online model is going good. Let's see, right now, like we recently did a session on DevOps. So we want to like continue that pattern. We got some good traction on DevOps, and yeah, we maybe do a series of something like that, so that people can get into like the toolings of DevOps and know more about it. So that's like we are cooking a lot of things. Let's see how it goes.
And our upcoming plan is very big. The upcoming So like the upcoming plan sessions that are planned is like complete boot camp. How exactly a company works, how exactly people from different teams, different perspectives come together, work on a project. So how things work from end to end, step by step. Each and every stage is covered through a chain of sessions. So we have planned things. So just stay tuned. We'll release the dates soon.
Yeah, of course. And also, if you want to be a part of the community, please go to dk24.org, where you can find the form. You can fill in the form. We are like always seeing who and all of you. We got a lot of applicants. We had like around 30 people in the group when we started. Now we have like 120 plus, which is like a good sign in like the last like 4 5 months. That's it. So it's like just going, and we want quality people who are actually there to like learn something, share something. So yeah, that's about DK24. I guess we covered everything.
And also to be a main part is like always find a right mentor.
Yeah.
Always have a good senior who will guide you. So through part of these communities you get the right mentor. So here in this consortium of different communities, like people start to mentor like each and every project, each and every team. So this will help you out to shape out your technical skills, your career perspectives, and networking. Today, even in this event, we met one of a good entrepreneur who has a very good connection of mentors. So he was willing to help us out to mentor our teams and mentor the communities we have. So that's what like make a best use of it. First thing is that you need to find a mentor. So DK24 consortium of all the communities might be a good place for you guys to come up with.
Yeah, so find a mentor, find a community to be a part of, and yeah, enjoy your college life coding and doing great things.
Let's grow together.
Yeah.
That was wonderful, and I think we'll call that a wrap for now. We look forward to having more appearances of
Part
ours
two.
in the future. So fingers crossed about that. So I guess yeah, we can wrap it off then. Thank you for watching the second episode of SOSC podcast.
Extra.